HCL Workload Automation, or HWA, is a complete solution for batch and real-time application workload management. This SAP-certified automation product increases your productivity with powerful plan and event-driven scheduling and runs and monitors your workloads at any location. HWA is a single point of control for developers, IT administrators, and operators, providing them both autonomy and precise governance. How can HWA improve your SAP experience? With HWA, you'll be able to orchestrate SAP activities on a flexible run cycle basis, manage complex logical dependencies between different SAP tasks, create sophisticated IT business flows which can be triggered by external events or SAP events, create alerts or tickets based on the results of your automated workflows, predict the effects of changes to your workflows using the what-if analysis tool, orchestrate SAP and non-SAP actions on-premise and in hybrid and multi-cloud workflows. And you can use the simple, intuitive, dynamic workload console to achieve all of this from a centralized point of management, control, and monitoring. Let's take a quick look at how SAP and HWA work together in real life. In this use case from an online retailer, we see that the company currently uses an SAP workflow to manage their inventory process. The original SAP workflow works fine as long as there is a small volume of data, enough time to run it, and enough personnel to monitor it and correct any errors. But as the business grows and more orders start coming in, we need to improve this process to keep up with the business demand. This is where HCL Workload Automation comes into play. Let's see how the process improves as soon as the work is deployed using HCL Workload Automation. The workflow now starts based on a smart flexible run cycle or a specific event, for example, when a new order is placed. In addition, we can now run work in parallel steps where possible to reduce the turnaround time for order processing. We can now be sure that each step is successful, and in case of errors, we can rerun steps automatically. Let's see what this looks like in HWA. First, we log into the Dynamic Workload Console. From there, we go to the Workload Designer to create our jobs. You select the job type you want to create. The highlighted jobs are SAP specific. Select the workload folder you want to save it to, and go through the tabs to fill in the job information. On the Recovery Options tab is where you want to tell it to rerun if it's unsuccessful the first time. You'll save your jobs and add them to a job stream. You'll go into the Workload Designer and choose Create New Job Stream. You can create your job stream by using the Details view or the Graphical view. Here you'll see that I've taken the jobs we created, added them to the job stream, and already defined their dependencies. And I've added a simple run cycle to tell this job stream to run every day. You can see that here in the run cycle view. Let's take a look at some other things we can do. We can also orchestrate SAP workload together with non-SAP workload in an end-to-end ICT flow that is completely automated and monitored. Now, let's look at this in HWA. You'll notice on the left that there are now a number of non-SAP jobs. I've highlighted these jobs and they run on different systems than SAP. Again, this allows you to set up much more complex workflows to meet the needs of your business. HCL Workload Automation has been certified by SAP based on our integrations with SAP S/4HANA and SAP NetWeaver. You can integrate the following SAP applications with HCL Workload Automation. SAP Business Objects to schedule reports. SAP BW. BW business flows can be managed by HCL Workload Automation. SAP ABAP. SAP jobs containing ABAP programs can be managed by HWA. SAP PI. We can schedule actions on SAP PI channels like Start, Stop, and Status. SAP IDOC. HWA can monitor IDOC progress and status, and IDOC status changes can be detected to trigger HWA actions. SAP HANA Cloud. SAP Cloud Platform Integration for Data Services, formerly SAP HANA Cloud Integration for Data Services, allows you to use ETL, or extract, transform, and load tasks to move data between on-premise systems and the cloud in a secure and efficient way. SAP IBP. Integrated Business Planning is a real-time cloud platform for harmonized supply chain management and planning. SAP HANA. From HCL Workload Automation, you can define a job which runs a query in SAP HANA and stores the results in a file to be processed by subsequent jobs, either SAP or non-SAP jobs. SAP Events. HWA can intercept SAP events to trigger automatic actions and workflows. And SAP Solution Manager. HCL Workload Automation can be used as the external scheduler from the Solution Manager GUI, replacing the basic native SAP scheduling capabilities. This is useful when your personnel is already used to Solution Manager to ensure a smooth transition while getting acquainted with the HCL Workload Automation GUI. Now let's take a look at some other HCL Workload Automation features. The Dynamic Workload Console, or DWC, is a simple, single point of control for creating, deploying, monitoring, and managing your workload. In the redesigned Dynamic Workload Console, you'll find new, flexible, lightweight dashboards. The new dashboards are powerful, easily customizable, and shareable. You can even embed internal and external web pages into them. HWA has comprehensive reporting functionality built in. It comes with a number of built-in reports, and you can create custom personal reports that can be shared and used over and over. It has the ability to export reports in multiple formats so you can consume your automation workflow data in a way that is useful to you. The reporting feature in HWA is available to use at no additional cost. On the Monitor Workload page, you can quickly and easily choose what you want to monitor. I'll choose Workstations. You'll notice that one of the workstation types you can define and use is a pool or dynamic pool. A pool is a group of workstations linked together with business logic to be able to do things like balance workload across similar systems, or automatically fail the workload over to a secondary system should the primary system go down in an active-passive scenario. Let's look at one of the things you can do with workstations. HWA allows you to upgrade agents right from the Dynamic Workload Console. This can be done in different ways. You can manually kick off an upgrade, you can create a job and manually submit it, or you can schedule an upgrade job to run at a specific time. But the biggest news is an HWA exclusive feature called Zero Downtime Upgrades. Zero Downtime Upgrades allow you to perform an agent upgrade without impacting the workload on the server being upgraded. This means that you can upgrade your agents, even production agents, without needing to negotiate a batch outage window with each application team. This saves time, money, and effort, and keeps you on the latest supported version of HWA. Now we'll take a look at events. HWA has a powerful and flexible event processor. It allows you to recognize an event, like an entry in a log or status change of a job, and perform a specific action when the event occurs. We'll look at how the event for aborted jobs was created. In the top left panel are the types of events HWA can watch for. These are broken down by category: HWA Automation Plan events, SAP events, File Monitor events, HWA Application Monitors, and Custom events. Once you choose your event type, you highlight it and scroll to the bottom to configure the properties. Once you've added your required properties, you also have the option to add additional properties. You scroll up to the next panel to choose the action you want to take when the event occurs. After choosing an action, you highlight it and again scroll to the bottom to set its properties. You fill in the required properties, and again you can set additional properties if needed. All you have to do after creating the event is to activate it, and it is deployed for use. Now we'll take a look at all the job types and plugins. When you create a new job, you choose from a list of job types based on what the job will be doing. These job types include native job types including Windows, Unix, and iSeries, and the ZOS plugin that lets you run mainframe jobs using the D-driven agent. Next are the ERP job plugins. This contains plugins for SAP, PeopleSoft, and Oracle eBusiness. There are cloud plugins which include IBM SoftLayer, Salesforce, Apache Spark, and plugins to orchestrate workload on AWS EC2 and on Azure. In addition, HWA agents are available on AWS as .ami images. File transfer and coordination. Here you can create jobs for tools like Sterling Connect Direct, and there is a file transfer plugin that will move files using FTP and SFTP. Automation utilities. This is where you'll find the plugin to do the zero downtime agent upgrades along with some other handy utilities. Database and integrators. This includes plugins for database, J2EE, web services, and the RESTful API plugin. Business analytics plugins. This is where you'll find plugins for Hadoop Map, Oozie, Dig Insights, and DataStage. I've only mentioned a few of the job types available, but all of the plugins that are in HWA are included at no extra cost to you, and with HWA, you also get full technical support from HCL. With HWA, you get extremely flexible options for time and frequency-based workload. You can use include and exclude calendars to choose when your work runs, or you can use simple run cycles that let you pick options like daily, weekly, monthly by month day, monthly by weekday, and run cycle groups. A run cycle group allows you to combine run cycles into a single reusable group to meet more complex scheduling scenarios. HWA also has built-in version control for your scheduling objects. You can see previous versions of scheduling objects in the Workload Designer using the Versions tab. When you make a change to a job, job stream, or other object, the change is made and the previous version is archived. You will see the date the object was changed and the user who changed it, and if you have auditing turned on, you will also see the change category, the ticket number, and the reason for the change. Here you can select two different versions of the job stream and compare them. And if you need to, you can even restore back to a previous version. HWA also has built-in auditing. On the Auditing Administration page, you can choose the type of information you want to track. You can turn on justification, categories, if a ticket number is required, and if the description is required. On the bottom of this pane, you can also create your own categories if the default categories are not sufficient. With this capability, you can see what was changed, who changed it, when the change was made, why the change was made, and the ticket number for the change. When you make a change to a job, job stream, or other object, including submitting or changing work in the current plan, an audit page pops up and must be filled out before the item is saved. You can use this feature to meet your company's audit requirements for automation work that is performed using HWA. Next, let's look at the What If Analysis feature. What If Analysis allows you to visualize critical jobs or job streams showing their current status, planned start and end times, and deadlines, so you can manage any risk associated with them. You can launch What If from any job or job stream in a distributed environment, or from a critical job. You can use What If to analyze and determine solutions for issues like a job or dependency is changed in a critical job stream causing it to be delayed. A required file is late in arriving and a critical business process has not started. A job in a job stream is either late or running long, affecting a critical SLA job downstream. A workstation is unavailable or is going to be unavailable due to a planned outage. How will this affect my critical workload or SLA? You can also use it as part of a validation process for new job streams to ensure the new work will run and perform as expected. and use it to analyze unplanned critical job issues to find a way to overcome the problem and meet your SLA. Here is an example job stream to illustrate how this works. What If is a snapshot that visually displays in a Gantt view. Each job involved in the completion of the overall work is presented as a horizontal bar that represents the start time and end time of the work. The key shows you what each item on the page represents. And as you make changes, you can undo or redo the changes you have made. You can add more jobs and job streams and their predecessors and successors to the view by using the Show Jobs and Show Job Streams menu buttons. You use the More Actions menu to do a number of tasks like: to reset to your original view, click Reset to restore your previous baseline. To highlight the critical path based on previous runs and current state. Use the Simulate Job Stream Submit to determine how work is expected to run without actually running it. Or enter a workstation unavailability interval to forecast when a workstation will not be available to determine the impact that will have on the completion of the work. On the main screen, you can modify the job duration, the start time, add or delete successors and predecessors, and see how this affects the completion of your critical work. You can check to see if the changes you have made in the job stream has any issues that need to be resolved before possibly applying them. And the changes you make using What If are only simulated until you apply them to the actual plan. You can either print the changes and have someone else do them manually, or if you have proper access and approval, you can simply submit them to be applied using the What If tool. Next, we'll look at the Advanced Analytics. Advanced analytics are enabled on a job-by-job basis and should be used for jobs that can affect a critical SLA. This SPSS statistics feature uses a very sophisticated algorithm to forecast the estimated job run time for the next 5 days. It uses the history of the previous 90 days runs and calculates the completion time to the second. This allows you to be able to accurately predict when critical work will complete and determine if there is any SLA impact. You can also override job completion times as needed when you expect specific jobs to run longer. This gives you an accurate view of completion times for critical jobs and SLAs. Now we'll do a brief HWA recap. HWA is cloud-ready, with agent and infrastructure systems available as Docker images and .ami agent images on AWS. We manage workload on-premise, on public and private clouds, and across clouds. Workload folders. Workload folders are used for easier, secure management of your workflows. New dashboards. New lightweight customizable dashboards make monitoring and managing your workload easier. Zero downtime agent upgrades. This feature saves time and money by easily upgrading your agents with no impact to your batch. Advanced Analytics and What If Analysis. With Advanced Analytics, you'll be able to accurately predict batch windows. And the What If Analysis tool allows you to analyze critical unplanned issues and resolve them to meet your SLAs. And you can use it as part of your validation process for new job streams to ensure they will run as expected. Innovation and investment. HCL has made a huge and ongoing investment in HWA to accelerate innovation and the HWA roadmap. Customer programs. HCL values customer input and offers free programs like Design Thinking, Transparent Development, and Lab Briefings, along with free lab advocates to guide you on your HWA journey. With HCL Workload Automation, you can orchestrate hybrid platforms and applications in a single job stream from a centralized point of control, maximizing cost reduction, improving SAP performance, and guaranteeing SLA compliance.